sir, we are ready.
Okay. So
Yes.
yeah, you must have seen this angio. What is this?
BPV, sir.
BPV. Why do you say pulmonary? This is the spine.
BAV.
The catheter coming from?
Balloon.
BAV.
Aorta. Coming from the aorta, no? Aorta to the?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Balloon aortic valve.
Balloon aortic valve. Okay. What is this catheter?
TPI support, sir.
It is a pacing catheter, sir, kept in RV.
Why TPI is put?
It is a transvenous pacing catheter, sir, kept in RV while we are doing balloon aortic valve. Rapidly pace the RV.
For what?
For
So that the balloon doesn't.
the balloon slip away during the ejection phase.
Okay.
To decrease the cardiac output.
To decrease the cardiac output.
The stroke volume.
Once the balloon is inflated, because of the volume in the LV, it will be pushed out. So to reduce the cardiac output, we pace the heart at a rate of around 180 beats per minute, so that the blood pressure will come down and the balloon will stay there. Two things can happen: either the balloon can push out and can damage the valve also. So they can tear the valve and can damage the valve apparatus. So to prevent that, we pace. Both in BPV and BAV, we do the pacing. What is this one?
Balloon pulmonary valvatum, sir.
Balloon pulmonary valve. Can you see the waist here? That's a waist which gives way. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what is the balloon size chosen for the aortic valve and pulmonary valve? What is it based on?
120% pulmonary.
Based on annulus.
Based on the annulus. We measure the annulus by angiogram or by echocardiography. For aortic valve, what is the ratio of the balloon to the annulus?
0.9 to 1.
0.9.
0.9 to
1.
For pulmonary?
It is
1.2.
1.2 to 1.4. Even you can go up to 1.4. 1.2 to 1.4 is the pulmonary artery balloon choosing criteria. Okay. Here also we will pace. Okay, what is this? Where is the catheter? Yeah, discuss. It's not a it is an easy one, no? IVC.
Tell me actually.
No, discuss the angiogram. You know, everybody
So
knows
it's
that.
AP view, sir.
AP view.
Catheter course IVC to RA to RA to RV to pulmonary artery, right pulmonary artery. Sir, wedge injection.
The left pulmonary artery.
Sorry, left pulmonary artery. Wedge
Okay.
injection, sir.
It's not a wedge injection, no. It's not a wedge injection. It's a usual pulmonary artery injection. What is happening? Usually the pulmonary artery injection, it will take time to go to the
Pulmonary vein. Here there is arteriovenous malformation.
Here it is immediately. Usually it takes 3
Filling the
cycles.
pulmonary vein.
Within the second cycle, it is filling the left atrium. So what is it?
Pulmonary AV malformation.
Pulmonary AV fistula. So multiple small pulmonary AV fistulas. Okay, what is this structure? What is filling? What is this small thing which is filling here? Something is filling here. No, just what is this? Where my pointer is? The liver phase. What is this?
LA appendage.
LA
appendage. That is the left atrial appendage. You can see the particular shape of the left atrial appendage. Okay. So the pulmonary arteriovenous malformation. Okay, what is this? The child. There are two abnormalities in this.
It's aortic root angiogram, sir, showing supravalvular
Coarctation is it?
coarctation of aorta.
Okay, coarctation. What else is there? What is seen in the aortic valve?
Bicuspid aortic valve, negative shadow.
Negative shadow. It's a doming aortic valve.
Doming aortic valve with
Coarctation.
negative shadow.
So,
That is called Persian helmet sign.
yeah. So this is a bicuspid aortic valve, aortic stenosis, and a coarctation, which is commonly associated. Okay. What is this one? It's a post-operative patient. Where is the catheter? Where is the catheter coming from?
IJV
Jugular
and jugular
Okay.
SVC.
from internal jugular vein into SVC.
Okay.
So post Glenn shunting.
Post Glenn. What is the difference
Bilateral
between the
bidirectional glands. Bilateral gland it is.
Bilateral gland. Bilateral bidirectional gland.
bilateral BD? Bilateral. Okay. So both the left side and the right
Right side.
SVC are connected to the
Pulmonary artery.
So it's a bilateral BD. Okay, what is this?
Right aortic arch.
Right aortic arch. Very good. Okay. Right aortic arch are different types, no? What is this right aortic arch type?
Mirror
Is it
image, sir.
the first association of the right aortic arch which congenital heart disease?
Type 2 mirror image.
Truncus arteriosus.
Type 1 is
Pulmonary
mirror imaging. Type 1 is mirror imaging. Type 2 is what? What is mirror imaging? Tell me. What is mirror imaging?
The first
Arch
branch will
versus the
be
inverted
brachiocephalic artery.
First branch will be the which brachiocephalic?
Left
Left side
left
brachiocephalic.
Left brachiocephalic. Okay.
Left common
And,
and left subclavian.
Okay. Here what is happening?
here there is right brachiocephalic artery. First branch is left subclavian.
Where is the left subclavian? Left subclavian. When is the left subclavian filling?
Filling later, sir.
Yes,
Later,
left
it is filling
subclavian
later.
Later from the
Descending aorta.
descending aorta, and there is a outpouching at the origin of the left subclavian. What is that called?
Camerals diverticulum.
Camerals diverticulum.
Camerals diverticulum. Okay, that is the type 2 or type 2 right aortic arch. And what is this associated with? The boy has
Vascular
difficulty-
ring.
The boy has
Vascular
difficulty-
ring.
The boy has difficulty in swallowing meatballs. Then,
Yes, sir.
yeah, it's a typical
Vascular.
vascular ring, which can
Yes.
produce esophageal obstruction also. That is the Camerals
Yes.
type 2 aortic arch. So, which is the commonest association? That is what I was asking. Which is the congenital heart disease with the mostly associated with the right aortic arch?
Pulmonary arteries everything.
Truncus arteriosus.
Yeah, pulmonary arteries with the intact IVS.
Truncus arteriosus.
Truncus, then tetralogy. Okay.
Tetra.
Okay. What is this? I will skip. Okay. So shall we go to the next set?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Tell me when to stop.
Sir, it's
Yes,
on
sir,
you,
yes. You
sir.
can continue.
Okay. What is this angiogram? Is that? What is the difficulty? Is a right coronary injection, no?
Yes. LMC originating from
Yeah,
right.
Right coronary injection. What is happening?
Sir,
It is filling
collateral
the left
filling left
system.
system.
What is filling here?
Left circumflex.
The circumflex is filling, and what is happening here? This point. The catheter is, the contrast is reflexing into the,
Side.
Aortic root.
reflexing into the aortic root or the aortic sinus. Okay. This is the left injection. This is the same patient's left injection. So what is abnormality?
So this is a lateral view.
No, this is not lateral view, this is an iliocranial view. This is the left injection, same patient.
Sir, LPD stenosis, sir. Left PD stenosis.
No left PD stenosis. Where?
That is
Just
filling
filling
from the
High
RCA.
origin of arm, sir.
What we are seeing is the right coronary is filling the left. Okay. But usually when one coronary fills, when the other is having some form of occlusion. But here there is no occlusion. So it is filling the aortic sinus also. Here the left is absolutely normal. There is no lesion.
High
So why
origin.
the right? What is this
High
anomaly?
Okay. So
What is that?
anomalously high origin of RC.
Why high origin something one coronary should fill the other thing? There is no high origin. Origin is normal.
Okay.
Catheter has gone deep inside. There is no high origin. See, this is the origin of the left coronary. This is the origin of the right coronary. This is absolutely okay.
Okay.
So this is something what is a rare anomaly called the intercoronary collateral. Okay, or coronary cascade. So the difference between the usual collateral is that this connection has all the three layers, like the adventitia, media, and intima. It's usually more than 1 millimeter large vessel, straight and extramural. Okay. So that is the difference between the. So this is the So here it is a right coronary to circumflex communication. Sometimes it can be both sides. It can fill from the left injection, can fill the right side, right injection can fill the left side. But here it is only a one-way communication. Now I will show it to you again. So even though there is no stenosis, this is a congenital anomaly where one coronary fills the other one. Okay. So this patient, if he develops a lesion somewhere, he is protected because the one coronary will fill the other one. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you want more angiograms, I can go. These are all this spotters kept in the exam. These are all cases taken from people who come as examiners. So these are all representative images taken from them. So it will be useful. If you want more angiograms, I can show that also.
Sir, this is a muscle bridge, sir.
The muscle bridge, because I am saying it is a stenosis.
Sir, no, sir. According to the ECG, we can see during the systole, the vessels are constricted, but during the diastolic period, on the left side, the vessel is not constricted.
And also the OCT shows either showing any
Attenuation. Attenuation is not low. Otherwise, there will be low attenuation, high attenuation. Sorry, in a lipid.
So there is the diastole, there is no stenosis. In the systole, there is a stenosis. Myocardial bridge. Okay. What is this?
LMCA aneurysm.
LMCA aneurysm.
LMCA aneurysm. So what is aneurysm? What is ectasia?
Sir, more than 3 millimeter dilatation is aneurysm.
Not like this. It's not like that.
Greater than 1.5 times the vessel diameter.
If there is a dilatation
Is the length of
more than 1.5 times the diameter of the vessel, then it is an ectasia. A localized ectasia is called an aneurysm. Okay. So this is the pre and post. What has been done? It's an aneurysm post. Something is done.
covered stent.
Cover stent.
Covered stent. So covered stent is put to close the aneurysm. Okay, so this is the difference between a coronary ectasia and an aneurysm. Ectasia is 1.5 times the diameter of the vessel. Okay. So if it is ectasia is more than 50% of the when we call ectasia when the vessel involved is more than 50% of the length of the vessel. If the length of the vessel is less than that, less than 50%, we call it an aneurysm. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in children we have different criteria and I am not going to that. So what is saccular and fusiform aneurysm? When the length is more than the transverse diameter, it is a fusiform aneurysm. When the transverse diameter is more, it is called a saccular aneurysm. Okay. This you should know how to differentiate between an ectasia and an aneurysm and a saccular aneurysm. Okay, depends on the transverse diameter. Okay. Then there are true and false aneurysms. What is the difference between true and false? True means you have all the 3 layers of the vessel. False means it is a loss of the vessel wall integrity and only one layer of the vessel wall will be bulging. Okay, for example, a blunt drug chest trauma or catheter interventions like that, you have pseudoaneurysms. Then coronary ectasia classification you should know by Marquis. Then there are some named intercoronary collaterals. You have heard about the circle of Vuesens, etc.
No, sir.
Okay, there are 2 named collaterals, circle of Vuesens and the Kugel's artery. Okay, so this is the picture showing that. So this is the conus. This is the view from the top. This is the left atrium. This is the aortic sinus.
Yeah.
And one is the
4 ml per hour you start.
Vuesens arterial ring.
Yeah,
2 is called the Kugel's is
roughly.
the retroaortic ring is the Kugel's. Okay, so this is the anterior one is the Vuesens and the posterior one is the Kugel's artery. The Kugel's connect the circumflex and the RCA. The Vuesens ring connects the LAD and the RCA corner through the cornal region. So these things you should know. 2 named things: the Vuesens ring and the Kugel's anastomotic ring. These 2 things you should understood. No, this picture is available in none of the journals or textbooks. Somebody was telling about the LV angiograms. Okay. So these are the segments of the left ventricle. Okay. Somebody was telling it wrongly, no? Androbasal, posterobasal, androlateral, apical, and diaphragmatic. This is the RIO view. Understood, no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
This is a very basic thing. You should not make mistake in this. Okay, the segments you have to identify correctly. And in lateral view, which are the segments? Lateral view, you have the septal and the lateral segments. Septum and the lateral. So this is the LAD territory. This is the circumflex territory. Here it is the LAD territory and the RCA territory. Okay, this is the difference between the LAO and the RIO views. Hope you understood. Now you should have a clear idea of the segments in the both LAO view and the RIO view. Okay. Okay, clear, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So this we have already seen once. This apical aneurysm like thing. So what is happening here is there is a dysynchrony. You can see that when the lateral wall contracts, the septum is not contracting. This is what is called dysynchrony. This is corrected by, dysynchrony is connected by what?
CRT.
CR. So then the regional indices. So how will you define the regional wall motion? What is normal? What is hypokinetic? What is ekinetic, dyskinetic, and aneurysmal? These things you should know. What is what? So no,
Thickening
no,
is.
Yeah. Tell me.
Thickening is less than 10% is echinacea and thickening is less than 30% is hypokinesia.
Yeah. Less than 30% wall thickening in systole is hypokinesia. Ekinetic is no inward movement. Dyskinetic is out of phase, 180 degrees, out of phase. Aneurysmal is thin and bulging outwards. These are the standard definitions of this wall motion abnormal. This you should know. What is hypokinesia? Is less than 30% thickening, wall thickening in systole. Okay. Okay, this you should know. Okay, everybody has noted down, no?
The
Yes,
previous
sir.
slide, sir.
Yes, sir.
That is okay. That is normal scoring. That is okay. That is not very important. I think this you should.
Yeah. Yes.
This is the Taketsubo. Okay. Very hypocontractile basal segments and the ballooned out distal segments. Then you should know about the mitral regurgitation grades. Okay. Who graded mitral regurgitation is written there. Seller's grading. So what is that? How will you grade mitral regurgitation? What is this grade of mitral regurgitation?
Sir, LA is opacified more than LV, grade 4.
And what else is filling? What is this?
And pulmonary veins.
This one.
Pulmonary veins.
Left atrial
Appendage.
Appendage.
Yeah, appendage. Is it normal or dilated?
Slightly dilated.
Not slightly, it is significantly dilated left atrial appendage, and the LA is dilated. And what is filling, refluxing here?
Pulmonary veins.
Pulmonary veins. Refluxing into the pulmonary veins. LA is more opacified than LV. The LA is dilated. LA appendage is dilated and filling. So it is a what grade of mitral regurgitation?
Grade 4.
Grade 4 mitral regurgitation. Okay, so this is how you should grade. Okay, what is this? Where is the which view is this?
RA was a ballerina foot deformity.
Ballerina foot. In which condition?
HOCM. HOCM.
HOCM. What is this then?
Mid cavity of
AV canal.
AV canal. Okay.
Submitral aneurysm.
AV.
Somebody said submitral aneurysm. Now discuss the angiogram. This is submitral aneurysm, that is different, but you discuss the angiogram because you will not get any points if you tell all these things. Ballerina foot. The angiogram first. If I am given this angiogram, I expect as an exam you to say like this. This is an angiogram in RIO view. The catheter is pictorial catheter is coming from the descending aorta into the left ventricle. The left ventricle, the posterobasal segment, there is an aneurysm, it is bulging out. There is significant mitral regurgitation as evidenced by filling of the LA more than the LV. There is filling of the LA appendage and also reflection into the pulmonary veins. You tell these things, you will get the points. Even if you don't say it is submitral aneurysm, you will not lose anything. So that is what I said. You discuss the angiogram and then you will get the points. Even if you don't miss the submitral at your level, if you miss the submitral aneurysm, nobody will say anything. But if you don't tell these things, nobody expect you and people will feel so I think that somebody told you. Okay, this is submitral aneurysm. What is submitral aneurysm? In tropics or in okay. Anyway, read about submitral aneurysm. So these are the segments which I have already discussed. I am not going to those details. Okay. In this patient.
Slide not changed.
Hello.
Sir, slide has not changed, sir. Sir, some network is poor, sir.
Voice was also breaking.
Okay, I will see.
Yes, sir. Yes.
One second, I will connect to another network.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, the previous angio, your voice actually was breaking, so we didn't hear.
We didn't hear what you said, sir.
Okay, this one or the previous one?
The previous one, sir, the submitral aneurysm. After. Okay,
this one. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, sir. But voice is coming far away, sir. The intensity is low.
Now also the voice is breaking.
No, not breaking, sir. The volume is low, sir.
Now.
Yes, sir. Better, sir. Yes, sir.
Better. So what I said is that you discuss the angiogram rather than telling a diagnosis. Here, if I am given this angio, I will tell that this is an angio in the RAO view. The catheter is coming from the ascending aorta into the LV pigtail catheter. The LV segments are all contracting well except the posterobasal segment, which is aneurysmal. The left atrium is filling more than the left ventricle. Left atrial appendage is filling. Pulmonary veins are filling. It indicates a severe mitral regurgitation. So there is a posterobasal aneurysm. Most likely it can be submitral aneurysm. This is how you should discuss an angiogram. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Don't jump into diagnosis. You will say ballerina foot, you will say submitral aneurysm, and it may not be right. Okay, so you discuss the angiogram in detail, you will get the points you deserve. Okay, telling a diagnosis and then correcting it will be more troublesome. Okay, so discuss the angiogram first and then go into a diagnosis. Even if a diagnosis is wrong, you tell all these things and you say submitral aneurysm. You don't say submitral aneurysm, there is nothing happen. I will say that there is an aneurysm. Okay, he has said an aneurysm, so that is fine. So you have got the pass marks.
Okay.
So what is this? Can you see the angio now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are able to see, sir.
Okay. Now what can you describe this angiogram? You have to tell me the etiology of this patient. Yeah, come on.
LV angiogram, sir, performed with pigtail catheter in LV cavity.
Very good. Okay.
He is post-op case, sir. Mitral valve replacement done with Starr Edwards valve. The valve in the cage is not seen moving, sir. It's looking like a stuck valve.
No, it is not a stuck valve. It is moving. That is okay. That is not the thing. Okay. What else is there? Is the valve? No, if the valve is not moving, will the patient be like this stable? There is no tachycardia. The lung field looks okay. So there is no pulmonary edema. The valve is stuck. So that points also you have to consider. There is no tachycardia, no? And the LV is contracting normally. Yeah. So the lung fields
there is
are
calcification in the left atrium.
Very good. Calcification in the left atrium. And what is happening at the apex? Something which I have pointed.
Aneurysm.
Filling defect, sir.
Septal notch, sir.
This one.
Bifid apex, sir.
Bifid. So, if this patient had undergone a previous surgery, the patient had undergone,
DORS procedure, sir.
DORS procedure, not DORS procedure. Okay. What is DORS procedure? It is LV reduction. That is totally different.
Commissurotomy.
What commissurotomy?
Using TUPS dilator, sir. Open commissure.
TUPS dilator. Very good. They put the TUPS dilator through the where do they put the TUPS dilator?
LV apex.
LV apex. They make a hole in the LV apex piercing suture and put the TUPS dilator and dilate the valve. And this patient had what? I wanted to tell you the etiology because the left atrium is calcific, so it is a rheumatic mitral valve, post CMV valve. Okay. Post CMV because of the LV bifid apex indicating a previous purse-string suture and the calcific left atrium. Okay, this is a post-op MVR for a post CMV patient. Okay. LA calcium, bifid LV apex, telltale evidence of a CMV. Okay, this is a 28-year-old male with dyspnea on exertion. What is happening? You concentrate somewhere here. Young male with a dyspnea on exertion.
Yes, sir. This is a lateral view, sir. We can see the catheter.
It's an LAO view. You can see the spine here.
Iliocranial, sir.
Iliocranial view. Yeah.
Yes, sir. The catheter, pigtail catheter course is aorta, arch ascending, and then LV, sir. And we can see the LV angiogram, sir. But there is a LVOT obstruction, sir. Looks like a subaortic LVOT obstruction, sir. So most probably it's due to hypertrophic cardiomyopathy.
No, what is that obstruction due to? What are you seeing? There's a white
membrane. Yes,
discrete
sir.
membrane.
Membranes. Subaortic membrane, sir.
Sam.
Hello. The mitral curtain is coming and obstructing the LVOT. You can see only a narrow jet here. So once you run, you can see a white curtain coming there, and you can see that very clearly it is seen. If you watch carefully, you can see this point.
Okay, sir.
You can see, that valve is coming and obstructing the LVOT. Very clearly seen. I don't know whether it is visible to you, but see, this is the valve in diastole. See the valve.
Yes, sir. We can see, sir.
So this is the valve coming and obstructing. Okay, so once you run it, you will be a little more clear what is happening. So this is the systolic anterior motion of the mitral valve obstructing the LVOT.
Okay, sir.
Okay, what is this? This is a spotter. Tell me the diagnosis.
Constrictive pericarditis.
It is constrictive pericarditis.
Calcification.
Due to? Why are you saying it is constrictive pericarditis?
Pericardial calcification is this.
Pericardial calcification. Yeah. And?
Sir, pleural thickening at the base of right lung.
Yeah, pleural thickening, lung damage. So evidence of a pulmonary tuberculosis. So this is a classical case of a pericardial calcification. Pericardial calcification, which is seen, which is a better view to see pericardial calcification.
Lateral, anterior and inferior.
Here you can see a double shadow also indicating a LLR. Okay. Sorry. What is this?
Scimitar, sir. Scimitar syndrome.
Scimitar syndrome. What is scimitar syndrome?
There will be right lung hypoplasia. There will be a PAPVC, sir, of pulmonary veins, especially particularly the right lower pulmonary vein. Yes, sir.
You are seeing here, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Anomalous connection of right pulmonary vein to IVC.
To the IVC. Okay. So this is a damaged lung or a hypoplastic, not a damaged lung. It is a hypoplastic lung. You can see the cardiac mediastinum is shifted, the trachea is shifted. Okay. So this is. I'll show you the angiogram of that patient. You see, that pulmonary venous filling.
Yes, sir. From the IVC.
Oh, so what is scimitar? Is a Turkish word. Hypoplastic right lung. ECGs I will skip. Okay. I think we'll stop in another 10 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, please come on. Is there a connection problem?
No, sir.
RAO view, sir, angiogram. RAO view, present ascending aorta into LV.
Very good.
With hypertrophied, looks like hypertrophied LV, sir. There is also a specification of LA.
I don't know whether it is hypertrophied LV.
Oh. There is also a specification of LA, sir, suggestive of mitral. Hello, the image went. There is also a specification of LA suggestive of mitral regurgitation.
Okay.
And the LVOT obstructed.
What is you tell me the segments and what happens to the segments?
Okay, yes, sir. The anterobasal segment looks normal, sir.
Okay.
Or the posterobasal segment also looks normal. The anterior segment looks dilated.
Anterolateral.
Anterolateral, sorry. Anterolateral looks dilated.
Aneurysmal. Aneurysmal which has to go from the plane of the vessel. It is not going out of the plane of the LV. No, it's not aneurysmal. It's akinetic. Okay.
Akinetic. Okay, sir.
Apical segment.
And apical segment is contracting well.
Contracting normally. What has happened to the diaphragmatic segment?
Diaphragmatic segment
is little hypokinetic.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So there is regional wall motion abnormality. And
yes,
there is
involving
what is the peculiarity of this mitral regurgitation?
Eccentric the jet.
Usually mitral regurgitation happens in which part of cardiac cycle?
Systolic.
But here what is happening?
Okay.
Now?
Diastolic MRs.
There is a diastolic MR. When does diastolic MR happens?
Acute AR and LV dysynchrony.
Not LV dysynchrony. LV dysynchrony it can happen, but there is a high LV ED. You can have a
acute
diastolic MR.
Diastolic MR. Sorry.
You can see now the diastolic MR is happening. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So this is actually a Takotsubo which is recovering. Usually the Takotsubo start recovering from the apex down towards the mid part. So we have done this angiogram 2 weeks later in the phase. So this is the Takotsubo, recovering Takotsubo.
Okay.
Okay. We'll skip this. Okay, what is this? You want to skip this and go to angio? I will do. You want to see this?
OCT we'll see, sir.
Yeah, okay. Those who are not answering can put off their mics.
OCT. This is a.
I think
Yeah. Yeah, tell me.
Instant restenosis.
Instant restenosis of what?
Bare metal stent.
Image.
Huh? What is this gaps?
Bioabsorbable stent.
Bioabsorbable stent because of. Tell me two things which is bioabsorbable stent. Two reasons.
The larger strut size.
Huh?
Thicker struts.
Thicker strut. What is the thickness of biovascular scaffold?
150 microns.
150 microns. What is the thickness of usual stents?
60 to 80 microns.
60 to
90.
60 to 90.
And this is a thicker stent. And also, one more thing to say that it is not a metal stent. There is no shadowing of the
metal shadowing.
Usually there will be a metal shadowing. It is not seen. Why do you say there is a stenosis? Because there is intimal hyperplasia. You can see that there is significant intimal growth here, no? So here also you can see the longitudinal section. Also you can see there is significant intimal overgrowth. So there is a
neointimal
hyperplasia.
Restenosis. Okay. What is this device?
Amplets.
ASD.
ASD.
Okay, what is the ASD device? Which rim is more left atrial or right atrial?
Left atrial.
Right.
Left is not ASD.
PFO.
Left atrial.
PFO ASD. So tell that which this is a device. And what is the other difference between a PFO device and the ASD device? What about the rim, which has a thinner, not rim, that connecting part?
PFO has a
PF.
See the connecting joint, no? Joint is very thin in a PFO device, and the PFO device, the right atrial disc is more, left atrial disc is small. Okay, ASD, the left atrial disc is more, the right atrial disc is smaller. Okay. So don't jump into conclusions and say that it is ASD and all. What is Konar device?
It's for VSD closure.
And what is the difference of Konar device with other devices?
It can be accessed from both the ends.
Who has developed the Konar device?
Care Hospital.
Nageshwar
Rao, he is my batchmate. He has developed the device. Okay. Okay, what is this device?
Left atrial appendage. Appendage.
What are the two types of devices and all? I am not going to the details. You can read. Two types of ASD appendage closures are there. Yeah, which are the
Watchman device. Lariat
is totally different. Lariat is totally different. It is not device or a stitch. Lariat is it a device or something else?
Lariat is it's an external occluder.
It's an external. It is totally different from a device. It is a type of a device, but it is not actually like an umbrella device. What are the two umbrella devices? Watchman and
Amplets plug occluder.
Okay, this you want or we'll skip? You want this?
We'll skip, sir. Trace. No, sir. Tracings we are taking differently, sir.
Tracing you are taking differently. Different session is there.
Pneumopericardium.
Yes. Yes.
Post device.
Pneumopericardium.
Pneumo?
It's a device there and the pneumopericardium.
Only pneumopericardium.
Pneumoperitoneum is also there.
Pneumoperitoneum. Okay. Pneumoperitoneum. Okay. And there is a, what is this, the device or what is this? What is this?
Valve, ball and
valves.
Okay. This we have already seen, I think. This already we have seen. Okay, this I don't know what it is. Okay. Okay. Discuss this X-ray.
Again, there is a right aortic arch, sir. X-ray just PA view.
Okay.
Showing a right aortic arch, sir. There is an indentation on the right side of the trachea.
Okay, right aortic arch.
Then
what about the lung fields? Vascularity.
Lung in
pulmonary vein.
Increased. Okay, that's a concave pulmonary vein, sir.
Okay, what is it?
Concave.
What is the apex?
Pulmonary atresia, sir.
RV apex.
Pulmonary atresia.
Is it pulmonary atresia?
Laterology of factor with the right arm.
Off with the pulmonary atresia.
Atresia with the right arm. Which is pulmonary blood flow situation. Okay.
Yes, sorry.
Okay, this one.
Abdominal situs inversus, sir.
Situs versus?
Situs inversus dextrocardia.
With the dextrocardia.
With the CT ratio around 0.6, sir.
Around 60%. What about the pulmonary artery?
It is dilated, sir.
Dilated and the pulmonary.
Even right descending pulmonary artery is also dilated.
Okay. What about the pulmonary blood flow? Decreased, increased?
It appears plethoric, sir.
Plethoric, multiple end-on views. So it is what is most likely?
Sir, it is shunt lesion, sir, probably.
Which shunt lesion? AST, VST, PDA.
So
common atrium is common. AST. AST.
You say the things. No, common atrium is rare. You say ASD. ASD is most likely because of the cardiomegaly, large pulmonary arteries, plethora. Okay, what is this?
AV canal defect, sir.
AV canal defect. Why the aorta and the mitral and the aortic, the tricuspid walls are the same. It is different in different planes, no?
ASD.
Gutenberger syndrome.
ASD. Okay, there's a mitral valve thickened. There's a turbulence here, and there is an ASD. Okay, what is this procedure being done?
RVOT stenting.
RVOT stenting. Where is RVOT? Where is the pulmonary artery? It's the pulmonary artery. Where is the RVOT?
PDA stenting.
PDA stenting.
The PDA stenting. So access is from the subclavian and we are stenting the PDA. So that is what. Don't jump into conclusions. Don't say RVOT stenting because it's totally different. So see the angiogram. And see from where the catheter is coming, where is the wire, all those things. Okay, what is the diagnosis? So I will stop. Already 2 hours.
Takayasu arthritis. Takayasu arthritis.
Indicated by?
Stenosis of the left subclavian artery origin and brachiocephalic artery origin.
Okay. What is that?
Stenting.
Stenting.
Okay, what is this?
Figure of 8
TAPVC.
appearance. Supracardiac TAPVC.
Supracardiac TAPVC, plethora, cardiomegaly.
Plethora. Obstructive type of TAPVC.
Okay, this is, I don't know whether it is clear to you. Okay, we'll skip that. Okay, what is this?
Twiddler syndrome.
Twiddler syndrome, why?
The pulse generator is out of the position.
Pulse generator is the normal, normally pacing. There is no problem.
ELSVC. ELSVC to
the
left SVC to
left SVC. Okay.
Coronary sinus to LV.
Okay, that is what we have seen. We have already seen now one case of left SVC. This is to the RA, this is coming to the left SVC to RA to RV to the RVOT for pacing. Okay. What is the real syndrome and what is Twittler syndrome? What is the difference? Who answered Twittler?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what is the real syndrome?
No idea, sir.
Very similar to Twittler. Twittler, the patient takes the rotates the pacemaker in the plane of his body. The real syndrome, he takes it perpendicular to the body and rotates it. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
What is this? I think we'll stop with this.
Epicardial pacing. Just takes
Epicardial pacing.
PA view. Just
There are
takes
so many
PA
other
view
things.
with yes, sir.
Don't
There is situs inversus.
Yeah, situs inversus.
Situs inversus dextrocardia.
Okay.
Then
Post-op status. Sternal wires.
Sternal wires are there post cardiac surgery, corrective surgery.
Yeah. Epicardial pacing means you have to do yeah.
Aorta is forming the left border, sir.
Okay.
CTGA
with heavy block has undergone a pacemaker.
Yeah. So what is the epicardial pacing? What is the difference of this epicardial from the usual epicardial leads? Usually, where is it paced? Have you seen epicardial leads? RV. So here, where is it paced? Both in the atrium and the ventricle. So it is a like a dual chamber epicardial pacing. Atrium and ventricle is paced. Usually we will pace only the surface of the RV, no? Here it is and there is some device here also. That we will see. Okay, we'll stop. Probably this is the last.
Sir, yes, ending.
No, you start from the beginning. Start from the situs. All those things. No, you will miss so many things. No. Start from the bony cage.
Situs inversus.
All those things. No, you will. Otherwise, you will miss so many things. Yeah. Situs
inversus.
Situs inversus levocardia, dextrocardia.
Levocardia.
Levocardia. Because of
apex is in the left.
You don't know apex, but the diaphragm is lower. Okay. And what is there? What is the stent? What is the arch?
Right aortic arch.
Right-sided aortic arch.
RPS tendon.
RPS tendon. Okay.
RPS tendon.
Okay, shall we stop now? 2 hours. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that hardware part we will take on another day, next week or so. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Sure.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You have any doubts?
Thank you, sir.
Just email me.
Sir,
Thank you, sir.
one doubt. Sir, in the case of ball and cage valve, is it anything like four like in the case of mitral position and aortic position, to differentiate, it will have four strut, this thing, and 3 struts, something like that, is there, sir?
I don't know. I am not aware of anything like that. And I think it depends on the size of the valve. Because the mitral sizes are bigger, it may have 4 spokes. I don't know.
Even in iotic position also the one which contains 4 studs can be used, no sir?
I don't know.
Because somewhere I read like that.
I'm not aware about such things. I don't know. I can check and tell you. Frankly, I don't know.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any more doubts, anyone?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Give me a feedback about this presentation. Know what all things we have missed or something would have been discussed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll yes, sir.
So you can mail me. Although I will. My email ID you must be, or I can type in my email ID. So if somebody has any
okay, sir.
or anything, you can.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Just give me a feedback of. Okay.
So. Okay, sir.
This is my email ID. You can just all small letters. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much,
you very
sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir. We had over 100 students
Thank you,
today,
sir.
sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.